So hi everyone, I'm Nikita, and last week I spoke about problem solving, and there are two steps, well actually more, but to summarize, just two steps in problem solving. First one is identifying the right problem, and that's what we talked about last week, which is asking 5 whys to identify the right problem or ask the accurate question. And in my example, it was rather than freaking out, oh my God, how will I ever get to the airport? That was not the problem. The problem was, the real problem after the 5 whys was, I did not feel confident to drive a left-hand drive car for the very first time because I've never done that before. Now, when I was on the phone with my father talking about how I did not feel confident about driving a left-hand drive car, he then talked me into it and said, okay, rather than focusing on what you can't do, let's try and focus on what you can do. So in the PIM session, I can't remember which one of them, Vijay talked about the strength-focused approach as well. And that's exactly what we're talking about, the strength-focused approach. Rather than focusing on what we can't do or what we don't have at hand, the resources that are missing, let's focus on what we do have at hand and what we can do, be it skills or any other resources. In my case, my father brought my attention to the fact that, okay, look, Nikita, you've got 10 plus years of driving experience. So it's not that you've never driven a car, you have driven a car before. So focus on the fact that you can drive. You've not driven a left-hand drive, forget that, you have driven a car, you know to drive. That's my strength. Coming back to again, but daddy, I don't think I can do this because getting the estimate of a diagonal in a different way, because your eyesight when you're driving is set in a particular way. Driving a left-hand drive car and getting a diagonal estimate that way was really tricky. And I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. I'm going to share a quick video. Karthik, Kiran, do you think I can share my screen?
Yeah, sure. You can.
Okay. Right. So, okay, this is how I was driving, and this is before I could get there, but well, this is after I got there, but it looks really scary, right? It was really scary. I could not get an estimate of how I was going to manage. The road looks so small from my angle. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this, because getting an estimate from the other angle is very, very difficult. So what my dad told me is, before you pull out from the parking lot, just stop for a second. And this is what you do, okay? Stop the car and try and get an estimate of, look in your, now if I pause my video here, if you see this angle, if I look into my driver's side mirror, this is taking an estimate of what the white line, this is what I have to follow. The white line looks like in my driver's side mirror. I have to keep sort of half a meter away from the white line. So when the white line was half a meter away in my driver's side mirror, this is what it looks like. So on my dashboard, if you can see, this is my dashboard at the end. It looks like the white line is sitting just about 2 to 3 inches away on my dashboard. And all my dad said is, focus on that. Focus on the white line. The white line should consistently be here, just as it is right now, just about 3 to 5 inches on your dashboard. As long as this white line is where it should be, your other side, your right-hand side, would take care of it of itself by itself. So the point is, if you focus on your strengths, give yourself a start, do what you have to do, the other things will fall in place on itself, by themselves, and everything will be okay. So focus on your strengths rather than getting overwhelmed by the overall view. And I think the same applies in other aspects of your life as well, which is, take business, for instance. A lot of people don't give a start to business thinking about all the things that they don't have in life. Oh, I don't have the right finances. I don't have the time. I don't think I can do this. Think about what you do have at the moment. I didn't have a lot of money to start with, but I thought of, okay, all the connections that I have, people who could support me, people who could guide me, people who could invest in me. So thinking about what you do have and making a start rather than getting stuck with what you don't have and focusing on how things are not going to work, it will never work. So yeah, just having a strength-focused approach, count on what you do have rather than what you don't have. That's the second step to finish with. So the problem solving is identify the right problem and focus on what you do have, and move on. That's it. Thank you, Kiran.
Amazing, Nikita. In fact, we need to give a title to you, a creative genius. Huh? You bring up your topics in such a creative way.
I should thank Girija because he said we have to come up with something else. I was like, okay, I drove last night from London to Switzerland, and I was like, okay, I have to take a video quickly so I can share something. I had to do something different because Girija kind of brought that up in the last book club. I was like, yeah, gonna make a video right now. And my husband was going crazy. He's like, you're driving, stop doing this. Like, it's okay, I can do this. But yeah, it was cool. Thanks for the inspiration, Girija.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Girija. I think, sorry, Girija and Nikita both. I think you guys are inspiring for all of us to go out of comfort and do something new. So amazingly covered, Nikita. Thank you so much. Great.
Thanks.